It's time for Summer 26. It is coming to our org very soon. I have a developer org where I can see the Summer 26 already enabled there. So last few hours, I was trying to go through the org and trying to figure it out what are the new things, new features that are coming as part of this release. So this video is all about my findings. So definitely there will be more changes, more new features coming as part of the release. Like every release, once the release note is available, I'll go through that and bring videos covering new flow features, new Apex features, or new admin features like that. So before I proceed, couple of important dates that I'd like to share with you. As you can see in the screen, April 16th, we'll have our pre-release org available to us. April 22nd is an important date. This is the date when the release note will be available to us. May 7th is a sandbox cutoff date. May 8th is basically sandbox preview start. And then this is a very important dates. June 5, 12 and 13. These are the 3 dates when Summer 26 will be live in all the orgs across globe. So with that, let me go to my developer org. The first feature which I saw is basically the approval notification. So if you go to your setup and search approval settings, what you can see, these are the 2 things that are coming here. Now, you can notify your approvers and submitters both in Slack. All you need to do, you need to enable these 2. So basically when you are using the approval action inside your flow, you can send the approval notification right inside the Slack. So that's something that is coming as part of Summer 26 release. The next thing which I saw, when you go to the object manager and open, let's say I am opening my account object, and it's available for any object. So once you go to that object, you'll find this new option called field access. Clicking on that, you will find out a drop down here where you can find all the fields. And basically when you select the fields, you'll be able to know where the FLS is coming from. Is it coming from the permission set or a permission set group or a profile? So this is a very handy tool. As you can see, SLA is a field and I'm giving the FLS permission for this SLA field in this profile, which is B2B reordering portal buyer profile. And this is a custom profile. And here I have read access and edit access. So what I can see from here, this is more like a read-only view. You cannot change anything from here. Basically, you cannot change the FLS for that particular field from this section. You still need to go to the permission set or permission set group or profile to make the FLS change. But this is one page where you can get all the information about your FLS. So going to be a very handy tool for admins. Okay, with that, the next changes I saw is inside the flow. So let me create a flow quickly and I'm going to create a screen flow. Okay, and then screen flow, and I'm going to put a screen element here. So it's about this radio button group. So now you can put the radio button group choices in a horizontal way. So basically all you need to do, if you come here and let's give it a name as, let's say, test, and then here you can choose new resource and then choice, and let's say this is my test 1. For this one, the value is test 1, and then click on, okay, here is the resource, so let's say test 1, and then click on save. So test 1 is coming here. If I want to create one more choice resource here, so let's say test 2, and then copy it here and click on done. So basically all the different choices, I can now display them in a horizontal way. It was not there before. It is coming as part of Summer 26 release. Next feature is again related to the flow, but this time I'm going to create a schedule flow. And here I'm going to choose the object as account, let's say account. And so this is a new feature that I was talking. It's a max batch size. And what is telling, where you can enter the number of records that this flow can process at the same time. Default value is 200. But the example given here is that if you want to process 7 records and set the max value as 2, then it means it will be grouped into the 4 batches. So basically with this feature after Summer 26, you will have the power to modify the batch size right inside the flow. So this is going to be a very interesting feature. The next feature is again related to the flow. So let me open this flow, and it's quite a big flow. As you can see, I'm not able to fit everything inside one screen, inside my monitor. So now after Summer 26 release, you'll have this option, collapse all. Basically, when you click on that, everything is collapsed in one shot. Clicking on that, everything will be expanded in one shot. So I think this is going to be a very handy tool if your flow is quite big. Okay, going to the next one is that if you have so many, again related to the flow only, if you have so many fault path in your flow, basically then you can click on this fault path and then this entire thing will be collapsed. Clicking on that, it will be expanded. So this one is only going to collapse your fault path and this one is going to collapse everything from the flow. So quite a handy tool if you are dealing with a big flow in your project. So the next feature which I figured out is a very interesting one. So let me show you the problem first and then how this new feature is going to solve the problem. So for that, I'm going to create a screen flow. First, I am going to fetch all the accounts, get records here, fetch all accounts, and here in the object, I'm going to choose account. There is no condition and all records. Looks good. Now I'm going to put a screen element. So I'm going to give the name as screen1 and inside the screen element, I'm going to add the data table because I want to show all the accounts that are fetched inside this data table. So let's give the API name and a label with that from where the data will come from, that is the get records. Now here, okay, so first field which I want to show here as a column is the account name. Okay, let's click on done. So the next two fields which I want to show is who is the owner of the account and who created the account. So now let me add the owner field. Okay, now you can see these are the two options that are new. Basically, they are coming as part of the Summer 26 release. So by default, they will be checked. So I'm going to uncheck them because I want to show the problem first and then I'm going to explain how this two new configuration is going to solve the problem. Okay, so that's the first one. Similar way, I want to use who created that. So created by ID. Same thing, I'm going to uncheck them, click on done. So these are the three fields: account name, owner ID, and created by ID. Done, and I'm going to save that. Fetch all accounts. Okay, I'm going to debug. And as you can see here, okay, these are the accounts, but the owner ID is basically a Salesforce 18-digit ID. Created by ID is again a Salesforce 18-digit ID. So think from your end user standpoint. This 18-digit ID doesn't make any sense to them. Basically what they need, what is the name of the owner? What is the name of the user who created that? So that is the problem those two checkboxes are going to solve. So now I'm show you, I'm going to edit the flow again, go back to this data table, and this time I'm going to check those two checkboxes. So for owner ID, I'm going to check these two checkboxes, show record name and link to records. Similar way, and click on done. Similar way for the created by ID, I'm going to do that same thing. And click on done, done, and now I'm going to save as a new version. And now if I click on debug, now instead of the Salesforce 18-digit ID, you are basically see the name of that record. So this is more helpful to the end users because that 18-digit ID doesn't make any sense to them. They need to know the name of the person who created that or name of the record. So this is what the new feature that is coming up as part of the Summer 26 release. Basically, you can link the related records inside your data table. That's the feature is all about. So the last feature which I want to talk today is basically this web console. So it will be in a beta state. Basically what they are telling is that this web console is going to be a modern browser-based ID embedded in Salesforce workflow, built for faster debugging, quicker fixes, and less context switching. So basically you don't need to switch to Visual Studio Code to download all your metadata and do all the testing, all your coding development. You will get ID right inside your Salesforce setup and you can start working directly from there. It will be available starting April 14th, 2026. So basically today is April 10th. In the next 4 days it will be available. Once it's available, I'm going to create a separate video for that, how you can enable that and what are the things that you can do. But for the time being, this is the Salesforce developer blog where they have already mentioned that it's coming as part of the summer 26 release. This is how it will look like. Looks exactly like Visual Studio Code. The only difference is that you don't need to download or install Visual Studio Code in your org. It will be right inside your Salesforce setup. And as per this documentation, you will be able to do a lot of things. You can see your debug logs, anonymous Apex, SQL, you can do the quick edits. This is how it will look like. Looks very promising. There will be definitely guardrails between production versus non-production code. What are the things that you are allowed to make changes in production versus sandboxes? And this is the way it will be enabled. As you can see, you can basically enable that starting from April 14th. It will be off by default, but you need to go to this setup, web console setup page, and you need to activate this feature. But again, as I told you, once it's available in my org, I'm going to create a separate video for that. Yeah, that's all for today. I'm very excited about Summer 26 release. Let me know if you figured out any other new feature and put that in the comment section of this video. So please subscribe to my channel Technical Potpourri and don't forget to click on the bell icon. I'm going to publish a lot of videos covering new features that are coming as part of Summer 26 release. So if you have clicked on the bell icon, then the moment those videos will be published, you will be notified immediately. See you all in my next video covering Summer 26 release from Salesforce.